Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Coco Gauff causes concern as suspicions raised ahead of US Open. Former tennis star Chanda Rubin has shared her concern for US Open contender Coco Gauff. The 21-year-old stormed to victory at Flushing Meadows in 2023, beating Aryna Sabalenka in 3 sets. But the young American has underwhelmed since winning the French Open in June. She suffered disappointment at Wimbledon, where she was knocked out in the first round, and that was followed up by a last 16 defeat at the Canadian Open and quarterfinal loss at the Cincinnati Masters. Addressing her compatriot's chances of landing the title for the second time, Rubin is worried that Gauff appears irritated and struggling to deal with the pressure that comes with tough moments during matches. She also suspects that Gauff hasn't had enough practice on hard courts to make a real impact in New York this year. Gauff has dropped from second to third in the WTA rankings after the two-time Grand Slam champion was beaten 6-1, 6-4 in Montreal by eventual winner Victoria Mboko. She did fend off challenges from Wang Xinyu and Lucia Bronzetti on her way to the quarterfinals in Cincinnati, while she also received a walkover from Diana Yastremska in the third round. She then lost 6-2, 4-6, 3-6 to world number 8 Jasmine Paolini. Speaking on Tennis Channel, Rubin shared her doubts over the success of Gauff's preparation for her home Grand Slam. Rubin said, "Coco Gauff, she won Roland Garros. She made a tough transition onto the grass. She figured kind of tough turnaround. She had a lot of things going on. She didn't quite get it going there. Now to start the hard court swing. She's won a few matches. She's won some matches here in Cincinnati. Didn't have to play a couple of matches. But I just thought she might be in a bit of a better place." Against Paolini, Gauff only managed a 54% successful first service rate. She won just 31% of her second serve points and hit a remarkable 16 double faults. She also hit 23 double faults against Danielle Collins in Canada, and Rubin believes her subpar service game is having a big impact on the young star. "We saw it with the double faults. She handles it so beautifully. But we saw her start to get a little bit frayed, get a little irritated, kind of directed to her team there. So that, for me, would be the only concern." Rubin added, "How is she feeling? Does she feel confident she can work through some tough matches in New York? Does she have enough matches behind her on the hard courts? So, that would be my concern. But certainly she has that ability. She has the athleticism to turn it on. And in New York, she gets such incredible energy. I think that's going to go a long way for her. But certainly, the game was a little frustrating for her, certainly against Paolini." Gauff's preparations appears to have taken another twist after she ditched her coaches, Matt Daly and J.C. Forel, on the eve of the U.S. Open. She had been working with Daly since last year after splitting from Brad Gilbert. Gauff has reportedly turned to Gavin McMillan, who has previously worked with Sabalenka, in a bid to hone her serve. Speaking on her faulty serve, Gauff said, "Obviously, I am disappointed in myself when it comes to that part of the game because I didn't play DC Open to work on that and made changes to that. Doing well in practice and serving really well in practice. I just would like it to transfer to the match. I know I probably won't be ever double fault free, but if I could get that to 2%, 3%, it would make a big difference in just making these matches a lot easier." The U.S. Open gets underway on Sunday, August 24th. Gauff is the second seed, just behind world number 1 Sabalenka. Under the spotlight, Coco Gauff's crossroads before New York. 1. A season of triumphs and turmoil. At just 21, Coco Gauff continues to captivate the tennis world. After claiming her second Grand Slam singles title at the 2025 French Open and winning both the WTA Finals and the China Open, her ascent seemed unstoppable. TalkSport, Reuters, Wikipedia. But since that French Open victory in June, her form has taken a sharp downturn. A first-round Wimbledon exit and a troubling run in North America, highlighted by a quarterfinal loss in Cincinnati, lay bare a worrying trend. TalkSport, +1, Reuters, The Score, Tennis 365, M Sports. 2. Serving struggles, a flawed foundation. The heart of the concern is Gauff's serve. At the Canadian Open, she amassed a staggering 42 double faults across 3 matches, leading the WTA Tour in that dubious category. Reuters. In Cincinnati, she committed 16 double faults and landed only 54% of her first serves, with just 31% effectiveness on her second. Tennis 365. M Sports. Essentially Sports. Reflecting on the issue, former coach Rick Matchy, known for mentoring Serena and Venus Williams, warned that unless Gauff addresses her second serve and forehand with the science-based plan, her ceiling might remain out of reach. TalkSport. Some analysts, like tennis legend Rennie Stubbs, have added to the pressure, observing that Gauff's technique fails under pressure, particularly in outdoor conditions with wind and variable conditions. TennisUpToDate.com. Essentially Sports. TalkSport. 3. Mental friction. When the mind wobbles. Technical glitches are one thing, but the mental toll is equally glaring. During Cincinnati, former pro Chanda Rubin expressed her concern, noting Gauff looked frayed, irritated, raising doubts about her mental resilience heading into a Grand Slam at home. Tennis 365. Essentially Sports. Rennie Stubbs also voiced empathy, saying, "I feel so sorry for her. All the lights are on her, and she's not in a good space. She's mentally not in a good space. She's getting very upset on the court." TennisUpToDate.com. Online discussions echo these worries. A fan lamented, "As a rec player, the streakiness checks out. She straight up seemed scared to be serving." Reddit. Another reflected on mechanical difficulties. "There's definitely a mechanical problem, and she had difficulty getting back on the bike." Reddit. 4. The coaching shake-up, a bold move. In response, Gauff has made a dramatic pivot. Just days before the U.S. Open, she parted ways with coach Matt Daly and brought in biomechanics specialist Gavin McMillan, while keeping Jean-Christophe Forel on board. McMillan, famed for working with Aryna Sabalenka, brings a tech-driven, analytical approach aimed at correcting her serve and forehand. TalkSport. Reuters. The Guardian. Coach Darren Cahill praised the switch, pointing out McMillan's meticulous use of video, technology, and biomechanical data, an approach Gauff hopes will pave the way forward. TalkSport. 5. Pressure at home and the road ahead. The U.S. Open begins this Sunday, with Gauff as seeds number 2, now number 3. The weight of expectation is immense, not just as a defending champion, 2023, but as America's brightest young star. TalkSport. Reuters. Wikipedia. Mental pressure, technical uncertainties, and a tactical overhaul converge as she braces for her title defense. Will the coaching gamble pay off? Only time will tell. In her own defense, strengths still stand. Elite athleticism and situational grit. Her ability to recover and battle remains formidable. Adapting to adversity. Shifting coaches this late reflects decisiveness, not despair. Home court energy. Flushing Meadows often brings out her best, a psychological uplift that can't be undervalued. But will it strike gold? Gauff's ability to translate technical fixes into match resilience will define her U.S. Open journey.